Hi everyone, my name is Lakshman Sharma. In today's video, we are study about linear grammar. So, in this video, we are study about this. So, before that, previously, what we studied? Previously, we study about grammars. What is grammar? Then we study that when we apply certain restriction on the grammar, that result in a contextual grammar. We study about firstly we study about grammar. Then we apply certain rules. Certain rules we apply. Certain rule apply that result in context-free grammar. Okay, you can see in previous video. So how what happen in linear grammar? Linear grammar also contains some rules and regulation that result in a context-free grammar. Okay, so linear grammar is a kind of context-free grammar. Grammar is a context-free grammar. So like linear grammar is a context-free grammar in which RHS of production rules contain at most one variable. What is say this? Linear grammar is a context-free grammar. So that means linear grammar is a context-free grammar. That means what are the restrictions that are applied on a context-free grammar, which we have studied in previous video, is also applied here. What are the rules which apply on context-free grammar? That LHS context-free grammar. First we listen this. In context-free grammar, like in LHS part, there is no two elements are there. No two elements are there. This is wrong. This is wrong. Like this is also wrong. Here two variables are not present. Okay, that's why it's not a context-free grammar. So that means this rules is also applied in a linear grammar. But what are the additional rules that result in changing the name of the grammar? Okay, so what are the additional rule? Additional rule. What is applied in additional rule that result in? And this is context-free grammar. What is the additional rules which apply on that result in a linear grammar? Okay, this is a context-free grammar. What is the additional rule which apply? In which RHS of production rules contain at most one variable. Okay, RHS of production rule contain at most one variable. That means in RHS part, at most one variable must be, at most one variable can be present. Like, what is the linear grammar rule? A linear grammar restriction. This one restriction. What is this? S to A. This is right. S to A. This is variable. This is variable. Capital letters. These are variables. This is okay. But when you write this, that means when you write two variables, this is not okay in linear grammar. This is that. Like it context-free grammar, it apply rule in LHS part. In this part, LHS part it apply rules. But in linear grammar, it apply additional rule on RHS side. Like RHS in which production rules contain at most one variable. At most one means 0 or 1. At most one means 0 or 1. Here 0 variable is present. Okay, so this is okay. Here at most one variable is present. So this is also okay. Here two variable is present. So this is not okay. So that result in a context-free grammar. I hope you understand. Okay. In simple words, what is this? Linear grammar is a context-free grammar. Means that what are the rules which is applied here? These are the rules which apply on context-free grammar is also applied here. But what is the additional rules? Additional rules, linear grammar additional rules. Additional rules. This is for intuition part. I will explain you. What is the additional thing here in which RHS of production rule. RHS of production rule contain at most one variable. At most one variable must be present here. Okay. So this rule is not present in context-free grammar. In context-free grammar, you can write S2AB. This is right in context-free grammar, but this is wrong in linear grammar. So simple thing. So this is a very simple point. You can just write in your notes S2AB. Sorry, AA. This is right. S2 AA, this is also right. S2A, this is also right. S2AB, this is wrong. Okay, you can write in your notes. That's it. Okay, so I hope you understand linear grammar. What is linear grammar? Now we study about left linear grammar and right linear grammar. Then we study about regular language, how we think of that. Okay, regular grammar. Then we study about. Okay, so if before moving forward, if I want to make a comparison, if I want to make analysis of what is the difference between context-free grammar and linear grammar. So if we want to compare between context-free grammar and linear grammar, what is the difference between context-free grammar and linear grammar? If we want to make a Venn diagram of this, who come where? Okay, so you know about context-free grammar. You must know if you see the previous videos. You know what is context-free grammar. Linear grammar you understand here. Okay, what is linear grammar? These are rules are applied here also. So which come in which place? You have to analyze this. You have to write in a copy. So how you can analyze this? What is context-free grammar? Context-free grammar. What is context in context-free grammars? What is applied? S2A is okay. S2 A is also okay. S2 AB is also okay. Okay, I hope this is shown in a video. Yes. So what happened in linear grammar? Linear grammar, S2 A is also okay. S2 AA is okay, but S2 AB is not okay. Okay, so this is not present here. That means context-free grammar can also also cover linear grammar. Okay, additionally, the things which linear grammar can do is also done by context-free grammar. But the things which is not done by the linear grammar is also done by context-free grammar. So that's why context-free grammar come here, linear grammar come here, because there are certain things which is done by context-free grammar and which is not done by linear grammar. So that's why this is a Venn diagram. This made context-free grammar cover more language than linear grammar. This is the thing. Okay. So let's move forward and study about next topic. Next is we study here linear grammar. Now we study about right linear grammar. Okay, now we study about right linear grammar. Now study about right linear grammar. Right, I write in short, right linear grammar. Okay, what is right linear grammar? Same rules, linear grammar, but it is right one. That means here the rule is S2A is allowed, S2AA is allowed. Okay, that thing is allowed, this thing is not allowed. Means only the right side variable is allowed in right linear grammar and this left side variable is not allowed. Okay. Left linear grammar, what is this? Here is also these things are same. Here This thing is not allowed. Here this thing is allowed. Okay, this is left linear grammar. That means here the left hand side the variable is present, that's okay, but here if right hand side is present, then this is not okay. Okay, but in linear grammar I also want to write linear grammar, but in linear grammar this thing is okay, this thing is okay, and this thing is also okay. These things are okay. Okay, you can analyze this. Like in linear grammar, both things are covered, but in right linear grammar, if you talk about, only the right side variable is permitted, and in left linear grammar, only left side variable is permitted. This is a simple basic thing. Okay, why these silly things we study? Because we want to study regular grammar. Regular grammar. Regular grammar. What is regular grammar? Regular grammar says if a grammar, if I give you any grammar, if I give you any grammar, if it is right linear, if it is either right linear or left linear, then it is regular grammar. That means either left linear grammar or right linear grammar. From these two, one must be there to say that the grammar is regular grammar. Okay. Like let's suppose we take an example as equal to this a equal to a. Okay. So what is this? This, and I want to ask you, this is left linear grammar, this is right linear grammar, this is regular grammar, or regular grammar, or linear grammar. What is this? These things are, I want linear grammar. I want to ask you all these things. So how you analyze? First of all, you analyze left linear grammar. We analyze. Okay, you can analyze in any order. This is not compulsory anything. So as to a, this is present in right hand side. Okay, this is present in right hand side. So this is not left linear grammar because this is present in right hand side. I got one what I say. Counter example. I forgot the name. Counter example. One counter is example we can see here. If I got only one counter production rule, this is not where this is not followed. I can simply say this is not followed. That it's present in right hand side, so it is not left linear grammar. Okay. So let's check for the right linear grammar. This is right linear grammar. Yes, this is present in right side. This is okay for right linear grammar. This is also okay for right linear grammar as no variable is present here. This is also okay thing for this thing, for linear grammar also, for left linear grammar also. Okay. So this is right linear grammar. This is regular grammar. Yes, from left linear grammar or right linear grammar, either one must be there. Minimum one must be there to say that this is regular grammar. So that yes, this is right linear grammar. Yes, that's why regular grammar is also yes. And this is regular language. Yes, this is regular language as all the rules are applied here, which we discussed in previous book. In this video, previous book, linear grammar. So what is, I give you this production rules. Let's solve this. Okay. So now say this is left linear grammar or not? So you see here left hand side variable is present here. Okay, but you can also see right hand side is also variable present. Both hand side variable is present. Left side is also variable present, and right side is also variable present. So this is not left linear grammar, and this is also not right linear grammar as both the sides are variable present. If you see, you can make an example like here B is present on right hand side, that means a variable is present on right hand side, that's why it is not the left linear grammar. And here variable is present on the left hand side, that's why it's not a right linear grammar. Okay, so and if both are wrong, then regular grammar is also not, but what we say about a linear grammar, this is linear grammar or not? See, this is linear grammar or not? You can see here two variables are present here. Two variables are present. This is also not a linear grammar, as only single variable must be there present. Okay. You can also make a question like as to A to B A. Okay, so here also you can see he S E A. If you write this A B, okay. Or I can take a very easy example. I don't have to create this also. I can write as to A as A. Okay. So what about this? Okay. This is not a left linear grammar. This is not a right linear grammar. This is a left linear grammar. No. Right linear grammar. No. Regular grammar, both no. So this is also no. But linear grammar, yes. Linear grammar is there, whereas only one variable is present on RHS side. Okay. So that's how all things are work here. Let's move forward. So now we will talk about some analysis part. So some analysis part we talk about. So notes we have to write. Let's write some notes. Okay, some notes we write. Note number one. Every regular grammar is a context-free grammar. Every regular grammar is a, here I talk about regular grammar, here this. Every regular grammar is a context-free grammar. Context-free grammar. What do you think about it? Yes or no? Regular grammar is a context-free grammar. When we when we study about PDA, then you can answer these things more efficiently, as we also convert DFA to PDA. So then you think about yes, we have solved this question, then we can analyze this many efficient way also. But from now only, what we think about, this is regular grammar. This is a regular grammar. This is. I can make a regular language. I can make. Yes, I can make. Regular grammar. If there is a regular grammar, then regular language can be made. If regular language can be made, equivalent regular expression can also be made. Regular expression can also be made. Okay. And if regular expression can be made, then finite automata can be made. Finite automata means DFA and FA. DFA and FA can be made. Okay, that means the machine can be made. If the machine, or you can analyze also this, like if machine can be made, you can write a equivalent regular language also, a regular expression also. If you write a regular expression also, you can analyze the regular language which is contained by them, and you can make a regular grammar of this. Okay, these things, how these things work. And if you make a finite automata, You can also make a, if a space is not present here, you can make a equivalent. I say these inspect of these arrow, I write equivalent. Equivalent finite automatic can mean an equivalent context-free grammar can also be made. Equivalent context-free grammar can also be made. I hope this is seen in this. If it is not seen, I just rub it and make clear. Equivalent context-free grammar can also be made. How? But when we study PDA, and here we study many more things, PDA and PDA, which is equivalent to PDA, means similar things, PDA, DPDA, then we study about these things, then we add more things in this scenario, and you can analyze this chain more efficiently. Then what we say, we see further, we see many questions where we convert a DFA or NFA into PDA. Okay, so you have remember, yes, I convert the DFA, or you can say NFA into PDA. Now we only talk about DFA, PDA. And when we solve this question on this, then you think, yes, your mind remember that I convert every PDA into DPDA. What's the procedure? We talk further. Then you see, then when you talk about, then if you talk about regular expression, a regular expression can be converted into, if we convert that regular expression into DFA, then equivalent PDA can be made, and every PDA equivalent context-free grammar can be made. Okay, why not NFA here? That's all the things we discuss further. Let's not change the topic. For this, from this onward, from here, which have a limited knowledge of this subject we have till now, till date. So we only see this finite automata we made and finite automata context-free grammar made. Okay, I open all the cards when the time is right. So these things, regular grammar, you have regular grammar, you can write equivalent regular language equivalent regular expression you can write. If you get a regular expression, you can make a finite automata, NFA, DFA, anything. NFA, DFA, if you can make a context-free grammar of it. Okay, let's take an example. If I write a language like if I take what I take, if I take an A star B, if I take this, if I take this regular expression, I can make a DFA here, A, B, okay, then dead state here, AB, AB is more than this, okay, if B come first, okay, I can make a equivalent DFA here, okay. If DFA can be made, if here this is made, then I can also make a context-free grammar also. How can we make context-free grammar of this language? You can we make many questions, we practice many questions on context-free grammar, how we can make from analysis. This is, we divide into two parts, A star and B. So S equal to A, B. So A generate your A star and B generate your B. Here this thing, this is context-free grammar, equivalent context-free grammar. You can analyze this, you can see this. We practice many more questions on this, and you can see how the things is in place. This is not shown here, so I write here, this is AB, okay. So you can see a regular expression here. Regular expression is I converted into DFA. As you already know, regular expression, if you get a regular expression, you can convert it into DFA or NFA. And but you also think you have to think that every regular expression can also be converted into context-free language, context-free grammar. Okay, context-free grammar you can also make. And You can also write equivalent languages also. Okay, you practice many more questions in previous video of context free grammar. You can write a language also of this, and you can write of this also. Okay, this thing is here. So I can say every regular language is a context free grammar. Every regular grammar is a context free grammar, and you can see these all things. Okay, so you can make a circle like if you study also, like first of all there is a tuning machine, and then a context sensitive language we study. Okay, tuning machine circle, context sensitive language circle, context grammar circle. Okay, tuning machine here comes, context sensitive language comes which is not present in a gate syllabus. Context free grammar is there, context free grammar. After that regular grammar is there. These things, this circle is made. That means you can see regular grammar, every regular grammar is a context free grammar, but that's we see. But tell me, what are the extra languages which is not accepted by regular grammar? You have to tell me that what are the extra language which is not accepted by this. So I tell you that how regular grammar, let's talk about this. Okay, I rub this and let's make a intuitive way of this, like a regular grammar, regular things, all these things. I rub this also, and I am only talk about this. Okay, this is important part also. So what is regular language? Regular grammar is the equivalent regular language can be made. So regular language. Regular language. What is this? Regular language. Any language from which you can write, you can make a finite automata. Just think about this. If you are able to make a DFA NFA of any expression, if you are able to make a DFA NFA, then that is regular language. Okay, that is regular. If I talk about the definition, a language that follows a simple pattern, and does not require extra memory is called regular language. Okay, regular language is language which follow some pattern. Some pattern is followed, like A star B. Okay, you can make a DFA of this very easily. A plus B plus. Okay, so here is a certain pattern you can see, and you can also analyze. You can make a DFA of these things. Okay, so here these are the regular languages. Okay, and when you create a DFA of anything, you know that there must be a finite number of states present there. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 100, 200. Finite state must be present. Finite state must be present here also. But and it does not require memory. Not required memory. Not required memory. This is the important part which is here. It does not require any memory to analyze. I don't understand what is the meaning of this. Let's see non-regular language where the memory is required and see how memory is related to this. Let's see non-regular language. Non-regular language. Non-regular language is language which required memory. First of all, write some non-regular language: a power n, b power n, where n is greater than equal to 0. Greater than equal to 0. So this is our non-regular language. Here memory is required. Here memory is required. Here memory is not required. Okay. Why here memory is required? I can write this in DFA. You cannot able to write a DFA of this. Why? Because here is a power n, b power n. That means here the number of a and number of b is there. It is not a star b, a star b star. It is not a star b star. This is wrong. This is not a star b star. Why? Because in a star b star, any number of a can be present or any number of b can be present. Okay, in a star b star, this can be there, but here you can see a power n, b power n. That means equal number of a and b is there. You can write here as it is 0 also. You can write epsilon. You can generate epsilon from this. You can generate ab, a b b. That means I write in a power a power 3, b power 3, a power 4, b power 4, a power 5, b power 5, and so on. Here is these things. Okay, this is accepted by this, but this is not accepted by this. So for this purpose, we require memory. As why we require memory? As we have to analyze how many number of a is present here. As we have to analyze how many a is there. When tape is input tape give a, how many a is there? We have to memorize this. We have to memorize. We have to memorize this. Here comes PDA. This non-regular language can be accepted by PDA. Here, that's why we study PDA. As this language is accepted by PDA. As this language is accepted by PDA, how we study further? As we have to memorize it. As in PDA, if you know some boundaries of this part of PDA. So here required a stack. Okay. PDA, what is PDA? PDA is nothing but a finite automata plus a stack. PDA is nothing. PDA, I can write above. PDA is nothing. PDA is nothing. Just finite automata plus stack. Just finite automata and plus stack. That's PDA. That stack is used to count how many number of 1 is there. As how can solve with this with PDA? As I can write. I just rub which I rub this. Okay. How can we solve this using PDA? As there is a stack is present there, and this Z0 is in the bottom of this. Just don't think about if you don't know anything about this. Just put any number of it. Like if you want to solve this a, if I give you input string this a power 5, b power 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when b came, I removed these four things. And in the last, after completing this, in the last, if I get Z0, then I accept this language. If I do not get the Z0, like if I give this string, if I give this string, then this is stopping in between of the non final state. It is stopped. And if I give this language, then this is stop in a. Like for this a, for b it is removed. A is removed, but at the top of the stack a is there, so this is not accepted. For this it is stop in a if when we make a PDA, then it is stop in a non-final state. This is if we suppose this is the final state and this is the initial state, then it is stop here some. Okay. If you don't able to think how things are work, just leave it. Just you have to remember, when we study about PDA, we make many machines, then you can get about this. But from till now you have to know about what is a regular language. Regular language you can make, if you can able to make a finite automata, that language is a regular language. Okay, when you see a language, yes, I can make a finite automata, this is a regular language. For this, use those language which you are not unable to make a finite automata. Like for this, you have to make a count how many number of A and how many number of B's are there. You have to compare these things. Like here you have to take account, like if 10 A's is there, and you have to compare that there in the next part there 10 B's there or not. So for that you have to take a memory. You can not able to make a infinite number of finite state. How can you be able to make a DFA of this? Like if I give you can make a DFA of, let's suppose, a power 10 b power 10. Okay, you can make. But what if I give input a power 100 b power 100, or if I give input a power 1000 b power 1000? Okay, so your DFA is not dynamic. It cannot able to dynamically increase their size. It's not there. So for this purpose, this is there. Okay, we study about this in more detailed way as our next chapter. That is, we also study in this chapter also, second chapter also, Mahel theorems. Theorem we also study to differentiate between regular language and non-regular language. As also we do this in video also, but in third chapter we also study about, if a language is given, how can we able to think about that is regular or non-regular. Then we make many more practice question on this also. So I hope you understand what is regular language, what is non-regular language. I hope you understand. Regular language does not require any memory. It requires memory. As you can see, why it required memory? To analyze how many number of A is there, how many number of B is there. Extra memory means stack is required to solve this. So where PDA came, PDA is there in here. Here PDA is there. Okay, so these, what is the language which is present here? This is the language which is present here, which is solved by PDA. So that's a PDA. For a PDA, equivalent context free grammar you can also write. Okay, that's we study further when we study PDA. That's the overview for this. Okay, what we think, we are write a note. Okay, we are writing a note here. We are not studying these things. These are the basic things which is here. But what we are doing, we write an important note here. For that purpose, I'll just give you these things. Okay, we are writing an important note here. What is the second note? Every regular grammar is a context-free grammar. Okay, second note is more important. Second note is more important. If you have a non-regular grammar, you can analyze this by it as regular grammar having equivalent regular language, equivalent regular expression. As you can also think of this is a non-regular language. You can also think about it. It's a non-regular language or like that. Okay. If you have a non-regular language, then it is necessary that it generate a non-regular language. Let's before this I write a regular language or regular grammar necessarily generate context-free grammar. This is correct. This is correct. Regular grammar. If we talk about this also, third point we talk about non-regular grammar. Third point we talk about non-regular grammar. I want to write this. Every regular grammar is a context-free grammar. We see. Okay, we see that we can create this. We can create finite automata, finite automata. We can create a context-free grammar. We see this. I want to ask you that if it is a regular, if you have a regular grammar, then it is necessary to generate a context-free grammar. Yes, it is necessary to we can generate, as we have a regular expression, and we can convert that regular expression, as we can convert a regular expression into context-free grammar. We make a many more practice question that. Okay, and we also make a Venn diagram of that here also. You can see. So this is also correct. I want to ask this tricky question. If you have a non-regular language, then it is necessary necessary generate context free grammar? No, this is wrong. Sorry, as necessary generate non-regular language. Non-regular language. And necessary generate. I have to write here the regular language here also. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, this is wrong, right? Regular grammar is there, and it is necessary that it generate a regular language. Yes, if you have a regular grammar, you say I have a regular grammar, then you can generate a regular language also, and you can generate an expression also. This is there. Third point is non-regular language. If you have a non-regular language, then it is necessary. It is necessary that you generate a non-regular language equivalent. No. Why no? Why this is no? Okay. As why this no? If you have a non-regular grammar, if you have a non-regular language, okay. So it is compulsory that you have a non-regular. Okay, sorry. Let's forget about. If you have a non-regular grammar, that is necessary that you generate non-regular language. No, as both can be there. It can generate. It can generate non-regular language also. It can generate regular language also. This is a tricky part here. Okay, listen again. If you have a non-regular language, non-regular grammar, you can generate either non-regular language or a regular language. How? Can you give me an example of this? Yes, I can give. Like, take a question. Question says S A B A B B. Okay. So this thing is there. What is this grammar? What is shown in this grammar? This grammar is regular grammar or non-regular grammar? Just want to ask you. How can you identify grammar is regular or non-regular? Regular grammar you can identify either right linear grammar or left linear grammar. That's why you can say here must be either left linear grammar or right linear grammar is there. From both any one must be there to say that at least one must be there to say that is a regular grammar. If both is there, then it is also regular grammar. If any one is there, this is all regular grammar. If both is not present, then it is non-regular grammar. You understand this? Okay. Non-regular grammar, both left linear grammar and right linear grammar not present. Okay, so here you can see this is a left linear grammar is not, as right hand side B is there, variable is there. This is also not a left linear grammar, as in left hand side variable is there. So this is not a regular grammar also. This is not a regular grammar, that means this is a non-regular grammar. This is a non-regular grammar. Okay, so this is a non-regular grammar. You understand that this is a non-regular grammar. This is a non-regular grammar. What do you say? This is a non-regular grammar. Can we make a non-regular language or regular language? You can see what is the language of this. What is the language which is generated by this? You can see AB language is generated by this, and AB language you can make a finite automata. Yes, so this is regular. This is regular language. You can see from your own eyes that non-regular language, regular language can be made. For non-regular language, regular language can be made. You can see from your eyes also. Non-regular language, a regular language can be made. Okay. So can you give me an example of non-regular language also? I already give you where, like I give you na, like a power n, b power n greater than or equal to 0. This is solved by PDA. This is a non-regular language, na? This is non-regular language, as you have to memorize number of a and number of b. Okay, so this is solved by PDA, which we study further. But till now we know this is non-regular language. So we know this is non-regular language, and so equivalent this is non-regular language, and here it's having a it's also having a regular grammar. Okay, but can you write their equivalent grammar also? Yes, I can write. Like, how can we write this? How can we write this? This is written as A S B SAL. So this is a language. This is a language. Okay, this is a language. So this is non-regular grammar, and this is its language, which is not regular. This is not regular. This is non-regular grammar, and this is also non-regular language. Okay. I solve this. This is language, this is grammar. Okay, so this is a grammar, we call this grammar. This is our non-regular grammar, and this is our non-regular language. I can give you both examples. You can analyze these things. Okay, if you have a non-regular grammar, you can generate either non-regular language or regular language. Okay, so you have a grammar, and this grammar is non-regular grammar. As you can see, we already studied how we made this. Okay, this is non-regular grammar, but its language is regular grammar. And here we see, here is a non-regular grammar, and we can generate a non-regular. Sorry, here we have a non-regular grammar, and we can generate a non-regular language here. So these things is much more important for GATE point of view.